like this, Kyla. I'm gonna show you how to Kong. Very easy, very simple. It's actually one of my favorite moves, and we're gonna learn it using a bench. So the first thing you need to learn how to do is be able to put your hand down on something, keeping it nice and shoulder width, maybe a little more than shoulder width. You get low, you're gonna jump. Reach your butt up. So watch my hips. Up. Get those hips really high. Try not to hit your head on the obstacle, but try to keep your arms nice and straight. Right? Pushing into your fingers. Nice and straight. Once you can get your legs up, then you wanna lean in and make sure you try to land your feet right in between. So you're here, up, in between. Now most people aren't flexible like that, so then you can lift your hands up. So watch my hands, in between. So there again, jump, up, and we're ready. And we can do it up to the next spot. Get your butt up, here, ready. You can do it forward, you can do it down. You can pretty much do it anywhere. So once you can start getting it on top of things, your idea of this now is to pull using your fingers, pulling down, pulling forward, pulling away from you. So think like a Naruto run, like a monkey. So you're here, pull. All right, so right here, I get up, I pull down, pull my feet to the middle. So up, pull. As you get really good at that, you're gonna be able to do it on higher spots and pull yourself in. So you jump up, get those hips high, and then pull in. Up, pull, up, pull. Now as you get better at that, as you start pulling, you're gonna be able to get your feet up without clipping your feet. This is what a lot of people are scared of. Oh, and that hurts a lot. So make sure you have enough arm strength to hold yourself up, at least in that position, or at least in this position. Now, if you didn't know, a Kong is just a tuck plunge. It's just this position in the tuck plunge. So just keep that in mind. You want to get enough muscle to be able to pull yourself through. So if I land together, I jump up and I pull in, that's all you need to do. Up, pull in. Now we can start adding a little bit of a run. And to get this really good, you want to run as low as you can to the obstacle. So I want to stay this low, not up here to try to land on top. If I land on top, it's going to hurt. If I land in, I'm going to start sending further. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm going to land together, I'm going to throw my arms, catch it, and pull while I jump up, get my hips high. As you can see, I can step out even and kick my leg out. So I can get here, one, and then kick the leg out, and then step forward. And that will let me start working on this. Once you start getting really comfortable with that, you can pull more and jump further. This is going to be called a Kong precision. So here, you pull forward, and it launches you more forward. You can get better at this by first going here, and then going further, and then going farthest. And then of course you can pass the obstacle. Doing other movements. So keep that in mind. Now we're gonna add some speed. Watch what I do. I'm keeping my knees as close as I can to my chest so I can pass the obstacle. So get those knees up, get those feet up, get flexible, otherwise this move is very hard. Now depending on where you put your hands, if you put it closer to where you're jumping and then pulling versus reaching further, this is called a dive Kong. So if I reach over here and then pull in, it's a lot harder because I have to do it a lot more different timing. I have to land on top of it very well. And as you saw, I landed straight into this position. That position allows me to pull in and not get hurt. Now, as you saw, you can even get into handstands, you can get into front handsprings, you can get into different kinds of vaults like the reverse vault, which is in my other video. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff like rolls. You can do all kinds of it. So try them all out. The Kong is the #1 thing you gotta learn first though. so you can learn all the other vaults. This is called a vault for a reason. You're learning how to get over or get past something. So now we're going to take the Kong and put it on steroids and basically teach you how to do the double Kong, which is basically tapping once with one Kong, pulling your legs through, and then allowing your body to open up like you're Superman, and then tapping again to pull it through. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. First, I'm going to show you all the progressions, and then you're going to see how it looks like at the end. As you saw, I landed in the push-up position, which is the position you need to be in order to do the double Kong. So keep watching. Push-up position. So as you get further into the double Kong, you're allowed to step out just like I showed you, pulling that 1 foot out. And that's going to allow you to do it safely without getting too hurt and keeping your arms nice and strong to pull through and catch again. So I'm starting here, I'm coming at it from under, and I'm launching up by throwing my arms down and jumping. This, and then this, allows you to launch yourself into the push-up position, and then you land into the ending, and then you pull through to commit. Now this tape was pretty long, I'm going to see if I can make it, but this is the core concept of the double Kong. Now as you see, I'm not doing it from the other direction because I don't have enough running room, right? This way I have a much more running room, and it allows me to basically have enough speed to launch myself, because this is a very momentum-based move. The faster you propel yourself, the faster you run, and the faster you launch, the more farther you're gonna make it. That just makes sense, right? So that's why it's an athletic move. You gotta learn it, you gotta practice it. So that is how to do a Kong. I'm gonna just show the steps again and basically what they look like piece by piece. So if I'm on top of something, I wanna be able to get above it with my hips and then pulling my feet down. Above, feet down, hands up. That is how you're gonna be landing in a Kong. You can do it going backwards too. Here, here. If you can't do this, then work on your flexibility. I highly recommend you get into this position at some point and just practicing it. And this is also what the crane is. It's a one-legged catch. I'm gonna do another video on that one day. And this allows you to get into the one-legged squat and then get up here. So you can do either one foot, right? But the idea is to get both feet up, both feet down. Once you get it up, then you wanna start pulling with your fingers, and that gets you further, right? So again, pulling forward, using your arms to drive. 1, 2. And then as you reach, as you pull, you're allowed to launch forward with the precision. So you want to go up, launch forward, and then you're good. And then if you just put that all together, push, and then you go across, okay? So just keep that in mind. You just want to be really good about that. Now again, with a double Kong, you want to be able to go up here, and then be able to pull through, and then as you're coming down, you open up here. So it'll look like this. 1, pull, 2. And you can't do that very slowly. You have to do it with a little bit of momentum. So I have to go 1, 2. That's how you start learning it. So you hear 1, 2, and eventually you do 3. So just keep that in mind. You need a little bit of running to get it. 1, 2. And then eventually you do 1, 2. And then with a little bit of speed, you get 1, 2. And then you got a lot of speed. 1, 2, 3. So that's a quick tutorial on how to do the Kong. If you have any questions, leave it down below in the comments. Please leave a like, it helps me a lot. I just started YouTube, so I'd love to see what you'd like to see more of. Let me know. Peace out. Go do some craziness.